So with all the PlayStation and GTA 6 news coming out and all the backlash from it, and all the companies doing parody statements and stuff on them now, there's something that slipped through the cracks here. Something a little more sinister that's been going on in the background here that apparently started last week. Koei Tecmo, right? Released Dead or Alive 6 last round, right? But now you would think, okay, well, yeah, they released a new game or whatever, but something more sinister has happened behind the scenes here, because the original Dead or Alive 6, which I have, right, apparently has been delisted from Steam, right? And so you can't even buy any of the DLC, or if you didn't have all the characters yet for the game and you was planning on doing it, well, you can't do that no more. And the thing is, nobody even knew that the game was like being delisted. And so now everybody's like, oh wait, I had all these characters or whatever, and now I got the new one last round, but it turns out last round is sitting at mostly negative reviews, right? And it turns out a lot of people are saying the same thing. They put all the DCL on last round, right? Or DLC, right? They put it on last round, right? So the thing is, like, even if you were to get the apparent new version, but apparently they say this is the same game. They said there's nothing new about it, right? You have to buy all. If you had some characters, you got to buy them again, right? Buy them all again. So they have been hitting this game apart here. That I'm finding out, right? With people in the doing the reviews saying that it should be illegal that they're doing this, right? Relisting the same game, barely added anything to it. I don't even know if they really added anything to it, but it's not looking good for them. It's not looking good, and people are right to be upset, because, like, how you gonna say you have what is it over 400 something DLCs for this game, and somebody, let's say if somebody was a real decent fan, maybe they bought everything, almost everything. Maybe they had 10 more. They needed 10 more, and they was gonna wait for a sale to get those last 10. And then turns out, boom, it's gone. There we go. Now you missing whatever, your clothing items or whatever, gone. You'll never get those. You almost had the full game. Almost had it. And now it's how to reach forever, because you got to go spend all that money on the new one. But you don't necessarily, you don't have to, but a lot of people are like, oh, why can't they just leave the old version up so you could just pay for your stuff, which is crazy, because if you start the game, here, like, say it's some of the characters I don't have, right? They have lock icons on them. Now, it used to be that you would hit those characters, it'll open up like the Steam store or whatever and say, hey, yo, this character is $4.99, $5.99 or whatever. Go ahead and buy them if you want to. But now it doesn't do that. Now it just plays plays the lock sound on it. So if you hit it, it doesn't even... You see them there, but you're never going to get them. You're never going to have the full roster now, which is... It's just crazy, And it's stuff like this that, like, with the PlayStation and GTA stuff, it just don't slip through the cracks here. It's just... This is the digital future that they're talking about. Digital, but why even make the last round game? I don't even know. Like, the game is like so old at this point. Like, and it didn't really need it. I don't even think it really needed the last round version, because it wasn't like Dead or Alive 5, I guess. When they have the upgraded graphics and stuff. You're past all that now. This game, You don't need it. You don't have no upgraded graphics or nothing. You really didn't change anything, right? And so I can see why people would be upset with this type of stuff. But one thing that it reminded me of was the last big one, the last big one that I remember that I had was Jump Force, right? Jump Force was delisted, but I remember that being a big thing at the time because I don't even know if it was a year that the game had been out when they decided to delist it. But just so happens that I was able to get all the characters and stuff before it went down. But a lot of people knew that it was going down. They knew that it was gonna be delisted. They had time. They had plenty of time to get the people they wanted. But like this one, we didn't even have. I don't think we even had any notice about this. Like I have not heard nothing about. The only thing I heard about this is when they said last round was dropping and it was already delisted, and I'm like, oh man, like that's crazy, like that's that's ridiculous. But it's just I guess this is where we're at now. We're gonna have games that's just start delisting out of nowhere, or I guess re-upload the same game to try to with higher prices to try to get people to spend more money on the DLC. So yeah, I don't know. Well, that's my thoughts on that. My thoughts on that. Just something to talk about here. I'm trying to talk more on the channel, put in my 2 cents on stuff that, to kind of just mess with me. Something like that just mess with you. It just hurts you. Because you're like, man, can you imagine? Cause, and then they didn't even release like a full edition with, like, come on now. And then you got no definite edition or nothing like that. You're going to have last round but still have all the characters locked. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? Anyway.